Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So for today, I kind of got a little bit of an insight, but I'll show you first what decks we're going to use. We're going to use Magical Mermaids and Dolphins. Interesting. And then we've got the Angel Prayers, and then we're going to use the Citadel Oracle. And so this one, Magical Mermaids and Dolphins. I didn't even put the connection until I started recording. But today's message download that I got is almost like the flip-flop of yesterday's. And so yesterday's message was all about someone avoiding responsibility, and that they go out and they always take like the easiest route, the least responsibility. And then they found themselves like way off their path, and it was all about getting back on path. And so today they said it's like the complete opposite of that. And so because the collective is so vast and different, there are some of those who are out there and they just like go for a little bit of it is low-hanging fruit, right? The quickest high, the thing that makes you the happy the fastest. And then in this reading, on the opposite side of the collective, I'm seeing people who are so task focused and like goal and you know, they've been so strict on themselves that they haven't had any time to go out and play, no party in their life. Whereas the other one was like they're partying way too much and that they need to kind of reel it in for responsibility. This one I was getting it's playtime now. And so what I thought was interesting as I did these dolphins, mermaids and dolphins, it was in one of the readings. It must have been yesterday. And oh yeah, because there was like the two friends, and the one was like a really bad influence, but it talked about the consciousness of the dolphins. And then I didn't even put the conclusion together that I was wearing like a dolphin shirt, and then it had like lines in it, and I don't know. I got some insights in that. I wonder if it will come out through this. We're not going to force it. If it's meant to be, it will be. So let's just shake up these cards and see what message they want to share. Because I went over to check, I didn't have an intention when picking the decks. And when I went over, these two wanted to come together. So they did. So the first one we have is in reverse. And we have Alchemy. It says, you have the Midas touch right now, and every project you begin turns to gold. So not really having that. We have Healing Heart with set your sights higher. So it says, you're a powerful healer. Keep up the great work and increase your standards. You need to expect more from yourself and don't settle. Okay, so what are we settling? Why is this part of the group? Okay. Is it all three? It came out in a clump and I'm hearing, yes, this is correct. So the three that we got out is Synchronicity with the Yin Yang. We have Take a Step Back. And then we have Spiritual Abundance in reverse, which in the alchemy is wrong. It said you had the Midas touch. So this one's saying no Midas touch. And then look, Spiritual Abundance. There's gold. That's a Midas touch. It something is just not right. And it seems like the more and more you focus on something, the more and more it becomes a chore, a job. It's more stressful. It's now, I don't know, I'm seeing panic set in for some reason. And when I'm in this panic energy, I don't feel safe. So my root chakra is affected. So what does this say? Thank you, angels, for blessing me with infinite abundance. So there's a need to take a step back and do a little bit of healing. Let's see here. It's funny because I said in the one collective, it was this way. And then the other way, it's like someone's overindulging, and then someone in this one I get needs to have a little bit more fun. And I feel like that's what this yin yang is, right? There's the good in the bad and the bad in the good. Everything flows and fits together. It says, thank you, angels. I trust your well-timed guidance and signs. Thank you for taking me a step back from what's not serving me. Okay, so I'm getting, I don't know, no real clear stories coming out, but the only thing that it is saying is like there is this abundance that you should be kind of tapped into in this alchemy. It's at every project. So I'm seeing it as like things outside of yourself, like your responsibilities. That's what they are. All these responsibilities, I just feel like in this energy I keep picking up on, it's one thing after another thing after another thing. And it's like this person I keep getting is like, they just keep making like status quo. It's like all these things would come and bury them. And then once it buries them, they sift and they sort and they keep doing that. But it's a lot of work. That's what I'm seeing. It's so much work. And in this one, it's saying like there's no heart in it. I don't see them really having fun and laughing as they do these things. And so they wake up and it's almost like stressful. It's like, how am I going to make ends meet kind of energy. So it's saying increase your standard and expect more for yourself. Don't settle. And that's easy to say, right? Like, oh, just be happier, right? Take time out for yourself. Do some self-love, some self-care. But for this energy that I keep kind of picking up on, again, I said I was very much in the root chakra and I was in safety and survival and I was in panic. That it's like, it's almost that energy, like if I don't do this, like I see in this person's mind, it's like the worst case scenario. Like everyone will struggle and go through bad times because of me. And that's a lot of weight and burden for just you to have on your shoulders. So let's pull out 3 more just to clarify these. So we have the gambler in reverse. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm hearing take a gamble on love. But this group doesn't. It's almost like, I almost see like a single mom. That's the image they're giving me, is like a single mom. And now, not only do they have to fill both roles, about the mother and the father, they're working like multiple jobs to make ends meet. But when it comes out to dating, I heard dancing, when it comes out to like those things, like getting out invited with friends and things, they're like, no, sorry, like I can't do it, I'm busy. Like I've got this schedule and then this and then this and this. It's like every time you talk to them, it's like, let me check my schedule. And their schedule is so cram-packed. It's what I kind of get. And so it's like they're not out there dating, not taking a chance on love. And what I'm getting is if you, especially with this heart healing, this is the current energy right now. It says you're a powerful healer and keep up the good work. And look, there's a mom and then there's a child. And it's like you're doing a good job. I feel like you had not a great ideal situation, but you made the best of it. And you did a great job. And I feel like at one point you really needed to put your like nose down to the grind and like just get through it. But I think you got through it. And so you don't need to struggle as hard. And when I keep hearing about this, take a gamble on love, it landed on the synchronicity card with you have the Midas touch and that you can turn things into gold. And so what I feel like, I keep hearing gamble on love, is like if this partnership comes, I feel like that there's been this synchronistic moment where this person was kind of on your path to help you, right? Like I said, in this energy, they're taking on lots of responsibilities for multiple people. And I don't know if it's because there is someone absent in the picture or maybe there is someone, but they have other obligations, right? Everyone's story is different. But we're going to stick with this. Okay, use discernment in however story. Don't try to jam something to fit. But in this one, we're just going to keep using the single mom analogy because it's the best way to kind of explain a little bit of the emotions. But the gist of it is someone working really, really hard and not making time for fun. And it's summer, like there's festivals going on and all these things. And maybe that's not your cup of tea, but I don't know, try something different, right? There's so many drinks out there. Maybe you want bubble tea. Maybe that's your cup of tea. But underneath the heart healing is take a step back. What card wants to clarify this? Because with the take a step back, I'm seeing it almost like heart healing. It lands under with the child card. And in this child card, I heard they wish that they had a little bit more of your time. So maybe you are working multiple jobs and you do have kids at home. And what kind of landed on it? We have perseverance and faith with the priest card. And so that's what I heard is like they just want a little bit more of your time, like taking a step back from all these jobs. The main thing that I think when it comes to safety and survival, yes, you have to have your bills paid and you do have to have your basic necessities. I do find that even some things are so expensive these days. But it's your time that's the most valuable, and it always will be. And so it's almost, I don't know, they're showing me like how you make from scratch. If you go out and buy the ingredients and you make it yourself, yes, it will take longer, but you would have gotten it for cheaper. So what I'm seeing is like taking time. They're showing to take time to cook with your kid, or, you know, like having a moment, a mom and me type time. Because I see someone going and working multiple jobs and they do it for their kids. So when, all their free time when they get home is like, well, I gotta spend it with my kids. And so at the end of the day, there is no time for dating. There is no time for allowing someone new into your life. And this could be opposite, right? This could be masculine and energy who's also looking to date, but they still have kids. I do see kids kind of in this. But it's not quite kids, it's just other responsibilities. So maybe elderly family members that you take care of or something like that. So what is this priest card? Having faith. So I'm blanking for a moment. But what I'm being drawn to is how this is a circle. And the circle to me represents the sun. With your third eye open, but there's symbols on his hands. So there's a circle, and then I want to say that is the air element. Like fire, earth, air, whatever. But the main thing that is coming out is the sun. And so they showed every day you wake up, you have 24 hours to spend your time. How are you going to spend your time? It's saying right here, it's like take a step back. I feel like that you're overexerting yourself for some things. And as I said, you're a powerful healer. Keep up the good work. And so that's what I'm seeing is like, you don't need to work as hard because you're a natural energy healer. So why am I saying that? You're a healer. And so each time I kind of tap into this energy, it goes to the root. And the root does not feel safe. And it's like in survival mode. And so I feel like as you heal, it's like learning about spending time with people. Your heart heals as you realize that there's just little moments that you can incorporate together with others. Again, so I see that mom and me day or something like that. And maybe taking a half day. I don't know, maybe it's like take a half day every 2 weeks or something like that and plan something. And whatever this plan is, hopefully it's fun. It's something that's like, I work so hard so that we can go on vacation or something like that, right? But then a lot of the times I see people talk about these things but not ever go do them. So that's what I see, like this child energy waiting. And it's like, well, my mom's always working because we don't have the money to go do this, and we always have these things. And it's like, even if you just went to the grocery store and planned a picnic, but a roast chicken and picnic and then went somewhere, like that could be fun. Maybe go to a waterfall, maybe something. Okay. And so I see like those little moments are going to build your bond better. I feel like that's going to heal your heart. And it's realizing that it's not that you need to go, I don't know, I'm seeing someone be like, I need to plan a trip to Disneyland and I need thousands and thousands of dollars and I need this, and they just keep stressing. So as I was shaking them up, 3 of them fell out. And this is final kind of outcome. So what is the final outcome? It's saying set your sights higher. increase your standards and expect more for yourself. Don't settle. And I feel like with this settling and increasing things, it's saying, I'm hearing a couple things. So when it comes to in terms with gambling with love, it's like, don't settle. You know what you want in a partner. You know what you deserve, because that equal person is going to like help share that burden. Because I feel like in the past you would share with people and they'd always be like, oh, you're too needy, blah, blah, blah. Like, and they would always manipulate it and make you feel bad for asking for help. But all you really wanted was just, it's like redistributing the weight. You take some of theirs, they take some of yours. Like it flows. That's why there's this priest card and the sun. It's a cycle I'm hearing. And so this is a new cycle. And this one's saying you've ended a cycle, you've healed your heart, you kind of, here you are with your little one. You're working harder than you've ever worked before. That was in the past, because I feel like you really did get through the hard things. And like, congratulate yourself. Like, take some time and like pat yourself on the back. Because what I'm seeing with this energy is like they're still running and they don't know that they already finished the race. And it's kind of reminding me of this thing I watched on the Korean War. And so there was some guys that they went within the hills and they lived there. They like lived underground in the hills in Vietnam. That was it. And so like 2 years after the war ended, there was this guy and he kind of was like going around and he was looking at, I forget what it was, but he found one of the guys and it brought him to like this poster. And he showed the guy, because that guy didn't realize that for 2 whole years, the war was ended. So for 2 whole years, there was this group of guys fighting for their lives in survival mode in the hills with basic nothing. But that's kind of almost, not to that extreme, but that's almost the energy of what I'm picking up on this root chakra. It's stuck in safety and survival, and it's going to do anything to survive. But I feel like that cycle's done, right? With the sun, the circle. And so I feel like in the past you had toxic cycles with relationships, right? You were a gambler and there was a little loss and risk. I'm hearing you like badass people, which it makes sense, right? They have more mystery and like fun things to learn. There's more, I don't know. I just keep going to mystery. So that's what I'm seeing is you like to go for the badass people. Maybe you got a little bit burned, but now here you are. You're in this like independent, look at me energy. You made it through the hardest things. You made it through the things that you thought you never would do or could do. And I feel like there was lots of people watching you and not many people helping you. What's up with that? I feel like, no, they say like in some cases, you were just too proud to ask for help. And that's where a little bit of this saying like, increase your standards. That's like this healthier partnership coming in. I feel like going back out and dating and having better healthy standards and learning how to ask for help when you need help. Because I feel this energy is fiercely independent, but they're not having fun. And because they're not having fun, I feel like there was a purpose to it before. At the beginning, it was survival. Like you were new on your own and you had to make it work, and you did. And remember to stop and pat yourself on the back. That's what Spirit keeps saying is like, you did it. And so like, take time to celebrate that. Find love and joy for that, the lesson, something, right? That's why it's saying like for your heart healing, take a step back and see like what you accomplished in your 24 hours, right? Every day you wake up, you get choices. You can make positive choices or you can choose destructive ones. And I feel like you always chose responsibility. And so now Spirit's saying, we wish to give you a little bit more abundance, but it's like you're blocking yourself now. Because now it's like almost that hoarding mentality. Like, I need to make money. I need this, like containing. No, we can't spend. No, we can't that. And we gotta let that energy go. Because that's what stopped this alchemy. I feel like you were in the flow. You got cut from source. So that could have been a relationship. You got cut from that relationship. You no longer had those resources. So then you had to learn. That really hurt your heart. You had so much to do. You're always at work, right? There was different, trying to maintain so many different relationship dynamics, right? You have to impress your boss, right? Make your boss happy. But I feel like the main one that was this focus was the child. And so, again, I'm seeing it's the little moments that you make time for them that builds your bond. And I feel like once you kind of have this bond, you won't feel bad for dating. Because for someone, I'm picking up that it's like your focus is just child only. And I'm hearing that your child would actually wish that you had someone to have more adult experiences with and share those moments and those energies. And so, yeah, 3 cards. I didn't really look at them yet. We have the Champion with achievement or downfall. We have the Captain. And then we have Fate. And there's the red thread being cut. Okay, so with the Fate card, as we said, cutting that red line. When I look here at the Champion, I started hearing like the Rocky theme song, but I noticed that both of her wrists are tied and kind of trapped there. So it's gonna cut that, right? Because for the Champion, I didn't really focus on the achievement. It was the word downfall that came out more than the achievement. And I think that's why Spirit's like, stop and see how far you've come. Like, pat yourself on the back. It's that realizing that you freed yourself from a very limiting situation. And so what I think is cool, right? Here we have the Champion who's working hard. Even the sword shattering. Like, they've been working and working and working. And so they've freed themselves from fate by, do you want to know what Fate says on the bottom? It says accepting help or guidance. And so that's what I feel like. It's like needing, there's something to do with hands. Look at this. The Gambler has hands. The Priest has hands. The Fate has hands. Are all of them about hands? Because that would just be, nope, that one has, not at all. Hands is not a thing that is throughout all this deck, but it's a thing throughout this. So it does have to talk about giving and receiving. And I feel like this pile has a very hard time receiving. They have a lot to give. They do. But they can't give because they don't know how to receive. And so that's why the universe has cut them off from this like golden alchemy, Midas touch. Right? So anyways, here we have the Champion. And they're working on freeing themselves with the Fate card. But then here, it's the Captain. And so here I see the 2... cords trapping this hand, but look over here, these are hung by strings and they're both very balanced, and look at hands shaking in the middle. So I do see in this reading, whoever has been working really, really hard, they've been focusing on building a very firm foundation for their family, but within that, I don't see much joy in the family because they don't have time for the family. It's like summer, right? But they're not really doing any summer vacation or activities. It's always like, I need to work. And then I'll see them kind of come and be like, Mom, can we get this? And they're like, no, like we can't afford it. And Spirit's saying, you can. Maybe you can't in that initial way, we're the expensive way, right? Remember we were saying like your time is the most valuable thing. So like they say, I really want to go out to a restaurant. We really want pizza today. So you go out to a restaurant, and pizza's so expensive at restaurants now. I worked at a pizza place for like 7 years, and by the end of it, I think it was almost like $40 for the large. Who knows what it is now? And yeah, but you can go home, you can go to the grocery store, you can buy those same materials for less. And I mean, there'll be trial and error, Sometimes you might not make the best food, but you can go make it for cheaper at home, and you can make like times 10 and freeze it and then go on a picnic or something. I feel like you can afford to do whatever it is because you're very creative and you're very inventive. And I know this because the root chakra, you were in, I see life as like great at one point, and then like having the rug pulled from under you. And once that rug was kind of pulled from under you, you stood up on your own 2 feet and you're like, I'm gonna make this happen, and you did. And so that's why I know that you can do anything. That's why I know that you are so creative and that your will and determination is so strong that you can make anything happen. So to sum this all up, I just want to pull one last card, but I see you healing. I see that you've healed so much that it's become a strong, hyper-focused, independent, toxic trait now. And so because of that, that's why Spirit has that's why it doesn't seem like things are really flowing. I don't feel like things are working out. It's almost like you keep getting met with challenge after challenge. But it wasn't that way. It used to be easier. And that's because before it was part of your path, right? Spirit was like, we're getting you to the next one. But what they want now is for you to really set your sights higher. You may have been in survival and you made things work and everything's floating right now, but I feel like you deserve so much more. You deserve this committed partnership that's going to help with the weight of the lessons and the blessings. And it just keeps saying like, have trust. I feel like right now, especially with the priest card, taking a step back with the healing heart, you don't think that you're ready. And if you're not ready and you're not feeling it, don't force it, don't fake it. But if you're avoiding things because you don't think that you're good enough or something like that, or you're scared to try again, there's a leap of faith to be taken. I don't feel like that's right. Yeah, it's saying like, have faith and persist. And every day you have 24 hours when the sun comes up to when the sun comes down. And how are you going to utilize those 24 hours? I think Spirit wants to like nudge you to have a little bit more fun, a little bit more joy, and like not have the heart be so tight, not be so stressed. Have a little bit of things that you look excited for in the day. So we got, take time to breathe. Thank you, angels. I breathe with ease, knowing you're here. And this was in reverse. And that's what I feel like. I feel like with this heart healing is like you've taken on so much stress, and now I'm being drawn to the ocean or water. Maybe a day to the beach, just a slow day. I feel like what I'm seeing here is like when it comes to the children, it's like you always need to have them have activities and be busy and do all these things. But I almost see like you packing up that picnic or whatever, going to the beach, and them and just nothing, like just enjoying it and under like feeling, just watching the day. And so I feel like for this person is like, yeah, about children, we need to like engage. And I feel like they'll be like, I'm hungry, I'm bored, I hate this. But finding the simplicity in those magical moments is what I see this. And this is priceless. Like, you don't need to work hard for this. And I'm seeing them see you stop, because I feel like every time they watch you, you're high strung or you're very stressed or something. And so for them to actually see you like unwind and be at peace and be at ease would make them very happy as well. So I feel like that's it. I want to pull one more mermaid card just because I got positive energy. And then I got consult an expert. which is the dolphin in this one. It says more information is needed. Contact someone with expertise in this area and surround yourself with positive people and situations and avoid negativity. So when I saw this, it kind of came into, there's this new relationship coming, and I feel like it's like a very positive one and it's very heart-centered. But if you're so used to the toxic in the past, with this gambler, maybe you were with someone who had like addictive problems and they always like wasted the money and things like that. And so when I saw a consultant expert, it's like maybe it wouldn't hurt to talk to someone if you still have these underlying fears of past relationships, just things to kind of unwind and learn, right? There's always a lesson with it. Because I feel like that there's just so much positive energy through all this that it's like you just need to learn to stop and accept now. I feel like you've been running and running and running and running, and it's like life and all these blessings. That's why this alchemy and spirit is in reverse. None of these blessings are coming because I'm seeing this energy run, and the blessings can't keep up. And so when you stop and kind of go into this energy, I see that bringing a lot of healing, bringing a lot of positive energy, and that's when the blessings will come to you. And so for majority, I feel like you already know this. You already know you deserve better. It's saying like set your sights higher, and like when it comes, just know that you're worthy, and like I'm very excited for you. And then there's others who just need a little bit more time, and it's not so much time that you need. It's like you need somebody to help you work through the really big walls. Like, do you understand your walls? I feel like that's the only thing, is like you've got so many walls that you just don't let people through, and these walls are for protective reasons. But I feel like these walls are a little bit too exhausting to maintain and keep up. So maybe someone could help you understand what each brick represents. But all in all, I'm getting good vibes. I'm getting higher love. I'm getting just a beautiful, happy family energy. I see your kids seeing you very strung out and all those things. And so for them to actually see you stop and take a rest and enjoy life, I almost see them like in one energy I pick up, I keep hearing a kid say like, I haven't heard them laugh or haven't seen them smile in a while. And so to see that, I see you laughing. I don't know. Do you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing something fall apart. Like you tried so hard to make something happen, which goes with this alchemy card. You have the Midas touch right now. Every project you begin turns to gold. It is in reverse. So like something not falling apart and everyone being like expecting you to freak out or something like that. But I see you laughing instead. I see you like taking time to breathe. And then I hear this like super jolly laugh come out. And then I feel the tension of everyone else around disappear. And then they're actually saying it's a very huge lesson, emotional regulation lesson for the children for in that moment. They're going to remember you at this point where they expected you to start screaming. I feel like, and then all of a sudden you laugh because there's like, what can you do about it? And in that, it almost becomes like a food fight or something, like something chaotic comes out of it. And it's because you laughed, you brought joy, you brought heart healing, and it was like a higher, you transmuted that. And so that's because you're a powerful healer, and keep up the good work. And for those who have been single parenting for a while, this is just like a message from Spirit saying like you're doing a wicked awesome job. And you didn't plan on it to go this way, but you've gone above and beyond what was expected. And so now Spirit just wants you to have more joy, wants you to have that partnership, wants you to have that connection with your children where it's just not survival. They want you to have good memories. And I also feel like whoever's worried about their kid being mad that they'll start dating, I'm getting that this kid is excited for that, because like they want to see you happy. They just don't want to see you stressed all the time. Because even when you say that, oh, everything's fine, they know, right? Kids are little energy. They've been souls longer than they've been a human body. And so when you lie to them, they know energetically what they feel and then what you say. And so now there's this like weird dynamic. And so, yeah, they know a lot. So when you keep struggling or you keep saying like everything's fine when you're really mad, obviously they're not saying like go and like vent all your problems and then like trauma dump. That's not what they're saying. But there is this authenticity of you not proving that you are happier or stronger or resilient than you are. A lot of this was like saying accept help. We need to accept help. And this person, I feel like there's really high soul level relationships coming into your life, and you deserve it. And you've healed from the past. And for those who haven't, you can always talk to someone to help you figure out your wall and your blocks and your whys. And just really embrace this moment, because in yesterday's reading, they were all out there partying, and you're at the grind every day, being so responsible that you do deserve a little bit more joy in your life, right? There's a fine balance between them both. So with that, we'll leave it there. I hope you have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.